Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Mike Chua, physical therapist. Hey, today we are here at the Alzheimer's conference. I'll be interviewing Ms. Keita Cole of Commission of Aging and Disability. We'll be back in a few seconds, okay? All right, we are back here at the Alzheimer's conference. I kind of pull up this lady over here. I said, "Hey, you want to go do this and everything like that?" And I said, "Yeah, heck yeah, let's go." No, she didn't say that. But we are here with Ms. Keita Cole, and she's from the Commission on Aging and Disability here at State of Tennessee. I wanted to ask her, what does she do? What is Commission of Aging and Disability? And because we are a physical therapy clinic and this geriatric, old people, seniors, geriatrics, and we need these services. And what are the services that they provide? And I want to learn more from her too. So, Ms. Keita, could you please tell us again where you're from, what do you do, and tell us what is Commission on Aging and Disability?
Yes, thank you so much for having me. So the Commission on Aging and Disability is the state unit on aging. We are located in Nashville, Tennessee. So we are the main source of aging resources and funding that comes through for the state of Tennessee for all of our rural counties, communities, anything else out in the county. I am Keita. I am the director of nutrition. So I oversee our Congregate meals and our home delivered meals. We have over 200 Congregate sites across the state.
So you kind of over all these people here? Oh, God. You said funding. I'm like, hey, I got to talk to Ms. Keita now.
Right? That's right. So we provide funding for Congregate meals. So for people to go to senior centers or other Congregate locations to get a healthy meal, to get that interaction, brain stimulation, different things like that. We also do home delivered meals. So for those that aren't able to go out into the community and have a meal, they can still get one delivered to them. We work with 9 area agencies on aging and disability across the state. They're broken out into different communities that they serve, different counties. For the Madison County and south of Madison County, it's the Southwest Area Agency on Aging. They're located in Jackson. For Gibson County and north up to the Kentucky line, it's the Northwest Aging
I know some of the people there
Area
too.
Agency on Aging. And then we also have for Tipton, Lauderdale, Fayette, and Shelby County, there's the Aging Commission of the Mid-South. So that kind of covers all of West Tennessee. We have 3 different agencies.
Let me ask you this, an off topic. So I'm a physical therapy clinic. We got, patients that we go to their homes to do their physical therapy at the home. And also at the same time, they go to our clinic. Can we, as a therapy clinic, get those and then we can distribute it? Or I need to coordinate who is in my area?
Get like the meals?
Yeah.
So you would coordinate it through the Area Agency on Aging. So depending on what county you're in, if you find someone that needs assistance with food or needs help with in-home services, personal care, homemaker services, their family care member needs help with respite care, they need a break, anything like that, you would work with your local agency on aging. They would get them assessed and then get them started on services. All of our services are free of charge.
That's my next question.
They're free. So our funding comes from the federal government. So the federal government, the Administration on Community Living, it sends the money down to us at the state unit in Nashville. We have a funding formula, not fun at all. It's very complicated, but
I know
it is pushed out through the funding formula for all the different area agencies on aging within the state. And then they push it out into the communities to provide services. So there's no stoppage of flow from the federal government to us. We just kind of oversee it, make sure things are being handled properly. People are getting services, funds are getting distributed properly.
It's good. I go to the senior center here in Denmark, and every time I go there, and they're like, "Hey, there's food here, grab it." I'm like, "Oh gosh, this is a great service." We do some exercise there with them, and it's like, where did this food come from? Oh, it's from you guys.
It's from us at the Commission on Aging.
And it's every single day.
So some centers do it every day. Some do it every other day. It's different for each community. Same with home delivered meals. Sometimes they get a hot meal delivered every day. Sometimes they may get a hot meal on one day and then 4 frozen meals. So they have meals for the rest of the week. We utilize a lot of volunteers to deliver our meals and our services.
I was going to ask you that because there's a lot of volunteers. So it's good.
So we have a lot of volunteers that deliver meals. So depending on how many volunteers we have, their availability will depend on how often meals would come out. We still try to provide at least 5 meals a week. So again, you all 5 at one time. You may get one every day. It just depends if they're home delivered. Congregate locations vary as well. Sometimes they're every day. Sometimes it's every other day. Different things like that. But they're still available to get the meals.
How does one qualify individually, and how does a congregate, group qualifies it?
So to get to be considered a congregate meal site, you have to go through some, requests for proposals, different things, make sure funding's spent properly, make sure you have the proper way to keep meals safe and keep meals warm and, follow the state health departments, just like a restaurant and different things like that. So that was how you would do it for a congregate site. And then for people to participate, you just have to be over 60 and live in Tennessee and be able to get to a site.
No, they don't have to get a background check or anything.
No.
So how do I send the referral then? So for example, hey, is there income based or anybody can?
No. So for home delivered meals, they have to be over 60. They have to live within the state, and then they have to have some problems with activities of daily living. So one or more. So maybe they can't stand for long periods of time or prepare food. Maybe they have, limitations on cooking. They can't see well to cook or something. So it's unsafe for them, or if they're homebound due to an illness or something like that. So there's some questions that we have to ask for home delivered. But you just have to have like one of a million different options, of limitations that keeps you from preparing a meal. So it's really easy for people to be able to qualify.
Are you a nutritionist yourself?
I am not a nutritionist. I have a marketing background actually, but I have been working in this field for about 10 years. So so I've gotten a lot of information, a lot of education. And of course, at the Alzheimer's conference here, we're talking about dementia and different, and healthy eating is part of it. You got to have healthy eating to keep your brain healthy.
That's true.
Communication and activity. So those congregate sites are very, very important.
I was going to ask you that. What are the meals that you're delivering? You mentioned hot meal and frozen. What are those meals and food that you normally serve?
I was fortunate enough to go to one of our congregate sites to just check in on them and see how they were doing, and I got to eat with them that day. And
would you eat it? Obviously, right?
I did eat it. I did eat it. I felt like I was at a restaurant. We had chicken and dumplings and green beans. We had baked apples, and so it was all really good. So it varies. Sometimes they do sandwiches. Sometimes they have vegetables. Sometimes they have spaghetti. Our requirements from the federal government is we have to provide 1/3 of the daily required nutritional guidelines, nutritional value. So within that one meal, it has to be 1/3 of that. So we have a lot of people don't like it because it's not seasoned a lot because they can't put a lot of the salt and different things on it. But
they're already hypertensive, right?
Once you get it at home, you can do with it what you want to.
Speaking of that, actually, I'm going to make a confession, right? Give me food too at the senior center. Hey, Dr. Mike, go ahead. And I'm like, I'll grab it and I'll eat it. Like, it's not that bad, really. Especially if you are having a hard time really standing up and cooking, difficulty in ADLs, like what she mentioned, you're homebound. Definitely, I actually had this services for my father too when he went to, home health and hospice, and I really wanted this for my dad, and they were going to deliver it too. And then I said, yeah, Dad, it's a decent meal. And I told him, man, Dad, we grew up in you're Chinese, you grew up in the Philippines, you can't be choosy, So of course, you can be choosy if you decide to. But if you can't even cook and clean, and you need caregivers, and you got Alzheimer's and dementia, it's a good service for your family or loved ones that really needs help, especially for those people who are what we call sandwich generation.
Yes.
You are, for example, me, I'm sure Keita, we're like 20 years old. We're taking care of
Definitely.
Right. We're taking care of our mother who has Alzheimer's, and we're taking care of our kids. And it's basically a sandwich generation. You don't know who you're supposed to take care of. You need to get this. I'm not saying you get this for your kids, but get this for your mom or dad who really needs help. That way, that lessens your burden. Yeah. Keita, where can they reach you? Do you have a website or an email?
Yes. So you can find us online. It's tn.gov/aging. That's our website, tn.gov/aging. Or you can call it. We have a toll-free number, and I have to look at it because I don't have it memorized. Yeah. It's 1-866-836-6678. And so that is, so if you are in West Tennessee, your area code is 731. When you call that number, it recognizes that's a 731, and that sends you to your local office.
Oh, amazing.
If you're out of state and you have an out of state area code, a lot of people are moving to Tennessee, that brings you to our office in Nashville, and then we can connect you to the local office.
Well, no wonder. My area code is 865, and I call and they send me to the.
That's why you get sent to Knoxville, because it recognizes your area code.
Technology, right?
Yep. But yeah, you can get on tn.gov. Aging, you can see there. We have a map on there. You can click on your county, find where your congregate meal site is in your county. Again, free to go. You just have to show up at the time that they have posted on their website to eat the meal. Sometimes they do it, from like 11 to 2. Sometimes it's shorter, different things like that. And then also we have a lot of resources on there for Alzheimer's and dementia. We have caregiver tip sheets. We have them in different languages, so if people need assistance.
Why are you looking at me when you
caregivers-
say languages? Just kidding. Just kidding. I do
I mean-
speak 4 different languages, by the way.
So yeah, but we do try to offer them in different
Yeah.
languages, so everybody gets the services
Mhm.
regardless. We don't want to have that breakdown. Of
Yep, it's
Still
true.
want to be able to offer
Mhm.
those services. So yeah, we're happy to help any way we can.
All right. Again, thank you very much, Keita. Appreciate you. But before I let you go, always remember the word fast. FAST, letter F. Find people who will bring out the best in you because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. So who are you hang out with? Today, hang out with Keita. I told her earlier, I'm afraid to see all those emails from Tennessee.gov, but now I'm like, okay, I'm going to hang out with a Tennessee.gov person, right? So find people, okay? You need to be meaningful, specific. If you're just a wandering generality like a zombie, it's not going to do you good. A lot of people complain about, oh, I can't take care of my mom who have Alzheimer's. Guess what? There are hundreds of resources out there. This conference here, reach out to Keita Cole. What's your email again?
It's just my first and last name, so
Mhm.
keita.cole@tn.gov.
There you go. Don't. She's not going to spam you. All right.
I won't.
It's
I
Tennessee.
promise.
All right. Next letter is letter A. Take action. All this stuff that we're doing is not going to do you good. It's not even going to do me good, or even Keita, if don't take action. Take action. Call them. It's free. Ask for consultation. Obviously, if you got area code, it's probably going to go to your area code, but ask them to transfer you to your local area of aging. Okay. Take action. Next letter is letter S. Share and subscribe. Share this video. Share their website because it may not be applicable to you. It could be applicable to someone else. Okay. Next letter is letter T. Is teach it. Why? Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you're actually teaching it, you're actually understanding it more. That's what Keita is doing. She's teaching it. I just pulled her there. She's doing this all the time. It's nothing to her because she's teaching it. That's what I want you to be too in this group that we're streaming or our podcast. You need to teach it and share it to other people too. And that way you understand it more. Again, thank you, Keita.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Appreciate you. Be awesome. Be great. We'll see you again on the next episode of a Jerry Hab Show. Have a good night.